What is up, bros and broettes? I am Inkslasher, and welcome to another episode of Black Ops 3 5 Things. This is a series where we look at the smaller, intricate details of Black Ops 3, and today we just so happen to be looking at some Easter eggs. Now today we have some really great Easter eggs, and the final Easter egg in this video has to do with DLC 4. Now, I have a feeling that the DLC 4 Easter eggs are going to be some of the best ones we've seen in Black Ops 3 so far. So, if you'd like to see a video when DLC 4 comes out with me talking about some new Easter eggs in those maps, leave a like rating, and let's say if this video gets to, let's say, 8,000 likes, the Saturday after that map pack comes out, I will get 5 Easter eggs for you on DLC 4. And if some DLC 4 Easter eggs are what you'd like to see, just leave a like rating, and I will get that video out as fast as possible for you guys. But let's get into this week's Easter egg. So the first Easter egg we're going to be looking at this week has directly to do with the god himself, DJ Vonderhaar. If you don't know who David Vonderhaar is, well, he's the legend himself, the design director for Treyarch. He's also known as the community punching bag for any Treyarch games because anything that goes wrong with the game is, generally speaking, his fault. Well, it's not actually, but we can just say that it is. It's way more fun that way. Now, DJ Vonderhaar, that sneaky bastard, just loves slithering his way into his own games. Now, what I mean by that is back in Black Ops 2, he actually put an Easter egg onto the map Hijack, where on the back of the boat, instead of saying Bon Voyage, it said Von Voyage. In other words, his name, Vonderhaar. Now, up until this point, Vonderhaar hasn't found a way to sneak himself into the game until now. In one of the most recent gear drops, there has been a new piece of gear added for profit called the BPM, in other words, beats per minute. And if you know how music is made, what beats per minute is basically the amount of beats in a song per minute. Vonderhaar, being the DJ that he is, had to sneak himself onto this piece of gear. And if you look directly on the chest of profit, you can see two things. First of all, a name tag that says, "Hello, my name is DJ," as in DJ Vonderhaar. And then beside that, you can see that beautiful bald man's head with the headphones on, and underneath it says DJ Vonderhaar. Of course, he found a way into the game. So the next two Easter eggs are ones I probably should have included in older videos, but I just couldn't quite fit them in. So you can always let me know down in the comment section below which ones of these Easter eggs you did know and which ones you didn't, whether you knew them all or whether you knew none of them. You can let me know down in the comment section below. I always read all the comments, and I'm always interested to hear how many of the Easter eggs you did or did not know. Now, the first Easter egg of the two takes place on Stronghold. Now, this one relates to an older Call of Duty game, being Call of Duty Ghosts. And if you go to the middle of the map here, inside the house, there's this giant poster. And this poster features a whole bunch of masks. And what this is relating to is the first teaser trailer for Call of Duty Ghosts itself. Now, this teaser trailer was called Masked Warriors, and it was relating to the masks that the Ghosts would wear in the actual game. But through this trailer, they actually showed a whole bunch of masks. And all of these masks are actually on this giant poster board. Now, what impressed me about this Easter egg is not that it was relating back to Call of Duty Ghosts, but it was relating back to Call of Duty Ghosts' first teaser trailer, something so minuscule and a lot of people didn't even see, so I thought that was pretty cool. The next Easter egg takes place on Fringe. Now, if you go off to the one side on Fringe and look off into the distance, at the very beginning of a game, you can actually see a rocket ship take off. Now, this may seem like nothing to you if you've never played any older Call of Duty games. However, in the very first Black Ops game, in Black Ops 1, there was a map called Launch, and that building you're seeing off in the distance is where that map took place, on one of those missile silos that you see right there. Now, the thing is not only on that map did it take place on a missile silo, but about halfway through the game, the rocket that you're seeing right here would actually launch into the air, make the whole entire map shake, which was super frustrating. I don't know why they did that, but it would make the whole map shake, take off into the air, and then disappear, just like you are seeing here in the far off distance on the map Fringe. And if this isn't relating back to Black Ops 1, I just don't know what is. And this is pretty cool because Black Ops 1 is one of my favorite Call of Duty games ever, and to see a reference to that is something I absolutely love. The next one I actually have to give credit to the Lucario Project for. He often helps me out with the Black Ops 3 5 Things series. He's a really great guy, and I'm going to leave a link to his channel down in the description. If you'd go over to his channel, just check it out, tell him that Inkslasher sent you. It'd be very greatly appreciated. He's a really nice guy and always helps out with the videos, and I really appreciate that. But this one starts in Dead Ops Arcade. So this Easter egg directly has to do with two melee weapons that were actually hinted in the game that people didn't see as Easter eggs, but these two melee weapons are now in the game. Now, the first one relates to Dead Ops Arcade, and it's the most recent melee weapon to be put in the game, the Prize Fighters, the one we haven't even received yet. And in fact, these boxing gloves are actually a power-up in Dead Ops Arcade. As you can see here, the Lucario Project gets them in Dead Ops Ops Arcade, and then all of a sudden he can punch all the zombies around him and kill them all. The second one I actually mentioned in a video probably 2 to 3 months back, and in this video I talked about this poster right here. There's nunchucks in this picture. I actually mentioned them in a video in a joke. I said that they look like furry dildos, and yes, the nunchucks in this picture still look like furry dildos, but guess what? A melee weapon that is now in the game is the nunchucks. Also, by the way, a melee weapon I still haven't got out of the goddamn supply drop, but that's beside the point. So I thought that was just cool that these two melee weapons were actually kind of hinted at in the game prior to them being released. So the final thing I want to look at this week is not really an Easter egg, more of a theory, but a ton of you sent it to me, so I wanted to address it. So it has to do with the Revelations or DLC 4 trailer that was released, and it has to do with linking the zombie storyline to the Black Ops 3 multiplayer. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you the trailer because every time I've done that with Call of Duty in the past, they gave me a copyright warning, so I'm not going to do that because for some reason they just hate me when it comes to that. But what I can do is I can show you still images. So the first thing I want to show you is that a bunch of you, after shit kind of hit the fan in the trailer, they showed this church collapsing. Well, this church, a lot of you were saying is the church from the map Infection. Now, I looked at these two churches very closely, and I think it's pretty easy to tell that these are definitely not the same churches. However, later in the trailer, a lot of you pointed out the rock floating islands to me. And this was really interesting to me because the other place that we've seen this before is on the map Infection, where obviously on one of the floating rocks, it's rumored that Samantha Maxis's house is sitting on one of the floating rocks. And who is the trailer mainly about? Dr. Maxis. So I'm really thinking that in this DLC, we may get some sort of tie between Black Ops 3 multiplayer, or at least the map Infection, and the Black Ops 3 zombie storyline, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what that is. So, like I said earlier in the video, if you would like to see that, if you want to see the DLC 4 Easter eggs as soon as possible after DLC 4 comes out, hit that like button, and if this video gets over 8,000 likes, that's exactly what we'll be doing. So, if you want to see that, all you gotta do is hit that like button. Also, if you are new to the channel and like what you saw here today, it would be fantastic if you'd hit that subscribe button. I upload new Call of Duty videos every single day of the week, whether it's Easter eggs, tips and tricks, or just random Call of Duty stuff. There's always a video there waiting for you, so that subscribe button is sitting there with your name on it. So thank you guys so much for watching. You can check out all the links down in the description, including the Lucario Project's channel, my Twitch, Twitter, and second channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I love every single one of you, and until next time, peace out. Maybe you should take it slow.